Dear friends, welcome to my video. In this video, we'll see how to download a file from FTP server in your Android app. So I have created an FTP on this IP in my local network, and I have uploaded few files, image files. One is flower, butterfly, and finger, and I'll try to download it in my Android app and show it. So let me start. Let me create a new project. Download. Download FTP file. Rest of things I'll leave it as it is and click on finish and wait for the environment to load. In the meantime, I'll just quickly show you. I'll be using this commons net dependency or library, you can say, which is available in the Maven repository for my coding purpose. So I just copy this and I'll just use this in my Gradle file once the environment is loaded up. So it is still loading. I'll have to wait. So I'll pause the video and resume once it's loaded. So environment seems to have come up now. So first and foremost, what I'll do is I'll go to my Gradle file in the module level, scroll down, and over here, whatever I have copied, I'll just paste it over here. Okay. So and then I'll sync now. But I think it's asking me. Let me see. Alt enter. Replace with new library catalog declaration. Just click on this, and it will take care internally. So what it will do is basically it will go to this file, TML file, and here it will make an entry for your particular version, whatever you have made an entry. I'll go back to the Gradle file and click on sync now. This error should go off. Don't worry about that. Once you sync now, this should be taken care. Okay, and apart from that, I'll also need manifest files. I'll just bring it up and I can minimize this left hand side explorer. I don't need it anymore. And in the manifest file, what I'll need is I'll need to define few permissions. Okay, so if you notice, this is synced and that error has gone off. Perfect. So let me come to the manifest file now quickly. So some of the permissions which I'll need is of course permission for accessing internet, and what else? I think that's what. And read media images, because what I'll do is once the file gets downloaded, I'll also read that and show it in a bitmap image view. I don't think I need any other, but it doesn't harm if I go for video also. What else I need is probably Wi-Fi state. I don't think I'll need it, but again, it doesn't harm. Just to define it, anyway, it will be a part of a larger network, larger code. So you can define all this access. It doesn't harm. There's some warning here. So let me see what is it. Your app is now currently not handling. Okay. So you can just ignore it, or you can even put that whatever they're asking. But I will just ignore it for now. It's anyway warning. And first and foremost, what I'll do is in my Java code, I will request a permission from the user for this permission whatever I have added in my manifest file. So request permission this new string, and then I will go back to my manifest file. So right now the only permission which I need is to read media images, although I have defined other images in the manifest file, but I don't think I'll need that. And then just give a package manager dot permission granted. Perfect. So once I've done it, what I can do now that I can quickly first complete my layout, the design part. So I will need few text view or plain text, in fact not text view, uh, text view for one for username, one for probably password, and one for I guess giving the file name, which file I need. So I just one by one I'm just putting everything. I'll just zoom it a bit. It will be a bit helpful for me. And one for this is for password, and one for again for the name of the image. So that I can type here, and then what I'll do is I'll put a button to trigger it. Text view probably we can keep it, and one image view I need to show the image, the download image. You can choose any background, the default one I'm just choosing for now to keep it simple. Okay, so I think I can shift it a bit up and I can make it a bit bigger like this. So yeah. So design part I'm not spending too much of time here. I'm just doing it very quickly. So here username I will hard code in a way, like of course during the runtime also people can change, but I don't want to. I'll just give the username because I know the FTP admin is the username of my this particular FTP which I have created in my local network. Password definitely we will have to get it during the runtime. I can do one thing, but I think I will have to make it a bit broader if I'm not wrong, and this also a bit broader. Okay, so I have to give some kind of constraint, so this is fine. For password, of course I can't give the initial input, so what I'll do is I'll give some hint. So if you scroll down over here, password, it will come as a gray text which will give a user to enter the password. Here again the file name, I can give the file name, or probably I'll do one thing, I'll just hardcode again here flower, which is basically, so as I showed in my FTP, right, there are 3 images of flower, and of course we'll change it in the runtime. We'll change this one. So I'll give some constraints to this second one also. Fine. For flowers, I'll give some, or I mean the name of the file, I'll give some constraints. Now for button download, I can rename it download FTP file. Perfect. I'll bring it somewhere like this. Give some constraints again. Okay. Now for text view, I think I need some kind of ID here first, and also I need the initial text. Probably what I can do it is FTP download in process. I'll update it during the runtime from the code. This is not hard coded, by the way. I'm not spending too much of time, as I told you, in this design part. However, the better approach will be to create a resource for all these strings. Yeah, I think more or less I've done. So one by one I can just quickly run through. So the first one is the not the text. This is the probably the username. Refactor, no problem. The second one is the password, so this should be fine. Password. Third one is the file name, so not text2. This is file name. The refactor. So now this is the username, password, file name. Text2 we can keep like that. Button is fine and image is fine. No, I think more or less I'm done. And I can also probably bring up my emulator in parallel on the right hand side, and I can continue my coding. So first and foremost, I'll have to define few class variable. One is the username, then edit text for password, and one more for, I think that was for file name. Good, it's a short program. I am able to recall everything. Text view also we may have to define, and this text view probably I can put it as a status. A status. What else? And one is the image view. Image view. Image view. Perfect. So my variables are created. Now in the on-create method itself, I will associate it with the widgets one by one, and also my app is coming up in parallel on the right hand side. Perfect. So app has come up. Okay. So if you notice, it's asking for some permissions. I'll suggest that you do allow, or better not to go for the selected one. Okay. So once I have it, I think I can minimize it for now and continue with my coding. So one by one, I will associate this with my widget. So find by r.id dot, and this will be edittext file name. Similarly, I'll do it for password. Find by id r.id dot password, and the third one was, I think, file name done, username. Yes, r.id dot username. Perfect. So my edit text is done. Now I can do for text view. Similarly, text view status. Find by id r.id dot text view is only text view. Yeah, and one for image view. Find by id r.id dot image view. Perfect. So more or less, I think we are done with respect to our class variables. Now I can do one thing. I can quickly define another method which will be triggered when the button is clicked. So I can define a public void button download FTP file view. I'll go back to the layout, and in this button, if you scroll down on click attribute, Yeah, this is where you have to associate it. If you come back, you'll see the color of this method would have changed from gray to dark bluish kind of. Okay, now I'll continue here. Before I continue in the button method, what I'll do is I'll also quickly define the thread policy. So I'll do the download on the main thread only, although the better approach would be to create a separate thread, but for simplicity I'll just do it. So I'll just define my thread policy and new stick, so that I can control the setup. Yeah, so over here I can do permit all and then build. Perfect. And then I can set this policy, whatever you define, set thread policy, and the one which you have defined just now. Yeah. So this is just to allow our actions in this particular method. It will make it easier for us and code less complicated for this demonstration in this particular demo. Okay, so now I'll start. So first and foremost, I'll define the storage manager so that I can access the files of my emulator or refer to the path in my emulator of the files menu. So what I'll do is I'll download the file in the downloads folder. Right now it's empty, of course. So I'll try to access it. So for that, what I'll do is storage manager get system service, and I think the storage service is what I'll need. Yeah, this second one. It may ask you to type cast it to the expression. Yeah, do it, please. And then I'll retrieve the storage volume from this storage manager. So just get storage volumes, and you should get the 0th index, which is for internal storage. 0 for internal storage. Okay, and I think one is for external, but yeah, anyway, this code is not focused on the storage volume. I'll continue. So now I can now start defining my FTP client, the main thing for which you all are here. So FTP client, new FTP client, you can just do. I'm not sure why it is not prompting. Okay, I think my machine has got a bit slow. And once I have my FTP client defined, okay, I'm not sure where it will go. FTP client, and I can do a connect. So connect, and then in this connection, okay, here also you could have taken the host also from the user from the how should I go, from the layout like this, but I think I know the IP of my host, so I just hardcode it over here. This 192.168.1.1. Perfect. Okay, so will ask me to surround it by try catch. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, please do it, and that will be better. Anyway, it's a good coding practice. And I will also do one thing: instead of IO exception, I will make the exception. Exception is further broader category, so that's better. And so showing the you can always show, but what I'll do is I'll use my text view status to set the text so that I can visualize it during the runtime. What's the error or exception has been thrown. Okay, so once I have the FTP client connected, so now I can try to log in. So just do login, and here it's asked for username and password. So do one thing, get it from get text to string. I'm not sure if to string is required, but I always do it. And then the second one will be of course password. So get text to string. So password won't be visible when you type it over here, but internally the code will be able to convert it into a text form and pass it on the FTP client object over here. Okay, if I move further, so what I can do now is probably the first and foremost I'll have to change the directory. So change the working directory, and over here I have to change it to this particular directory, which is basically usb1_1/files. Let me do that very quickly. So usb1_1/files. Yeah. So because I have other folders also in the root, so that's better that I go to this particular folder and do my all the actions over here. And once I have it, then I will set few things, say for example FTP client set file type and other things. So FTP dot binary file type, yeah, this I think I can set. Then what else I can set is probably transfer mode also I can set. Yes, FTP set transfer mode, and this again will be FTP dot binary file type. Yeah. So mostly since image, although we'll do it with image, but it will convert into a binary form while transferring. So that's will be good. And also make sure you enter the passive mode. Active mode may not work because it will do it in a background process. FTP. Yeah. I think that's all. I think we can do this also. Send command utf8 on. Yeah. This is for a special file character. So I'm just making sure all the things are set right now before I proceed. Okay. So more or less, I'm done with the FTP part. Now I can create my file variable. So file image download, new file, and over here I can access it using the storage volume which we have defined above. Get directory, and I think I can get the path of that. Then I can go to the download folder. So by default it will just take me to the internal storage, and then I can go to download folder, and then I can give some file name. So this is the local file which will get created when you download the any of these files from the I'm not sure why it is not coming up any of these files which you get from the FTP. So here what I can do is probably I'll do one thing. I like this method where I get it in the current milli so that it automatically creates new file name every time and there is no conflict. Okay, so now I have got the file name of my local or downloaded, or I can name it local. So file image local local local. Yes, and now I'll create a output stream from this file output stream, new file output stream, and the file local is what we can use to create the output stream. So basically in this output stream our file will come up, and now I can retrieve the file. So file no I think I should call the FTP client dot retrieve file. So we'll use the second one. Okay, so and in this the argument is the remote file name, so that we get from the this particular edit text. So what I'll do is I will just call edit text file name dot get text. Again, yeah, I'll just add to string, and please make sure to add jpg because I think it will require that. And then output string is what we have defined just now above. We can do one more thing. We can get this status in some kind of boolean status, some variable, and we can use this variable to print the status in our text view. So I can do like this: downloaded file. I can put if else in do boolean status check whether true or false and say success or failure, but I'll just directly print the output here. String dot value of boolean status. Perfect. So now my this is done. Okay, I'm not sure it's giving some error. Do not come. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll create it as a separate variable. Control X, and over here what I can do is I can create a local variable quickly string text. Yeah, with this part, and I can use this over here inside this particular. I think perfect. Over here also there is some warning. Let me check this. Mirror invocation may produce null point. That's fine because we have anyway capturing exception. The other option could be we can put if else before calling this, but I think I don't want to make the code unnecessarily complicated. So let me just continue. So I'll just go to now file output stream flush because our job is done. So and I'll just close this also. And similarly we can do for FTP client, and I can first log out. I think you can directly disconnect also, that should be fine, but I want to go a bit more systematic way. So first log out and then I'll go and do a disconnect. So more or less everything is done. Now I can go for my local variable, which is basically image view. Okay, before I call image view I will have to create a bitmap for that. So bitmap image, and I can create it using the BitmapFactory dot decode file, and then the path name will be file image local. Yes, because this is the file with the current setting, so we can use that. And I'm not sure why this error is there. Let me quickly see. Okay, so it's expecting a path, I guess. So do one thing, just do a get path here, and once you have it, then just call image view set image bitmap. Perfect, that's all. Let me rerun. I think that's all I need in this code. Let me see if it works or not. So code is coming up. In the meantime, just remove the extra spaces and making the visual aspects better. Okay, so it has come up. I have to enter the password, so I'll do one thing. I'll just enter the password because okay, I have entered the password. Let me click this and see. So there's some error. Let me see. So I'm not sure. I'm looking at the code. Everything looks fine. The only my guess is probably either the username looks to be correct, FTP admin, or the password could be wrong. So I'll do one thing. I'll just restart and re-enter the password more accurately this time. So let me enter the password. Yeah, I entered the password and try to be careful this time. Ah, perfect. It works now. It works. So if you see the flower, I think if I go here, the flower.jpg is getting downloaded. Even if I can quickly go to this files menu, the flower is here. Okay, I'll do one thing. I will try with some other image. So let me go and try something. Butterfly. Yeah. So perfect. So this is the second image, and there was one more image, right? Finger. Okay, so I have this as a sample images. I'll now try with finger. So FINGR. You don't have to enter jpg because if you notice we have anyway, I think somewhere in the code we have done taken care of that. So I think this is the part where we are taking care of the extension. So I'm not sure why it didn't come correctly. So make sure spelling and all those things are correct. Perfect, finger. So if I go quickly to my downloads folder, I should be able to see all the files. So, perfect. So these are the three files which you tried, right? Okay. Naming, why it doesn't resembles the name what we are giving, because we are using this particular file name over here, and that's will be helpful if you want to download the same files again and again. Say for example, I downloaded a finger once, right? If I want to finger or let me go back to my this one. If I type again or click again here, it will same thing, but if I go to my downloads folder, I think it will come twice. There'll be one more see, same thing we can do with the other images as well. And so this file name is helping us to avoid any kind of naming conflict of the file names. I'll do one thing, and just for the sake of this, I'll download. I'm not sure why that keyboard is not coming nicely in the emulator, but that's fine. So if I no flower, and if I go quickly back here, I can see flower downloaded twice. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to show you the code for downloading the image or any file, and how you can use that to display in your app in this video. I hope this video is useful to you. If you have any questions or suggestion, then please put in the comment section below. And if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day.